So hello, my name is Andrzej Krzywda from Arkency, and this is part 2 of my refactoring kata of the tennis game example. In the first part, I arrived into this code. We have extracted two result classes. They're still not consistent because the third one is not yet extracted. So I would like to carry on with this refactoring. So advantage or win result can probably be turned into something similar like the ones here. So let's try to create it. Whenever you have an or in the name of a class or method, this is a potential smell. But for now, we have probably bigger problems than that. Okay, I think I can just copy the constructor from here. Okay, and then I think I want to have this as part of my score method. And I need to apply the right variable names, and if everything is fine, then what we have here is tennis advantage or win, new P1 and P2 points, and then score. Yep. Yeah, it's green. So now we have three objects with the same kind of API. All three of them return score. So probably I can somehow use this fact. So maybe I can do something. I will turn those if statements a little bit differently. So I just want to have a result object, and the result object is probably this in case of, yeah, something like this. I will try to make it nicer later. So result equals this if points and points. All right, the idea is that at the end I just want to say result.score. So I will have a similar situation for, okay, so ongoing result. So I can actually use ongoing result in here. Right, result equals ongoing result. All right, so and result equals advantage or win result. So that's it, but without the score because we will call it later. Or result equals so where are we left? Draw result. Oh, sorry, so that was actually draw result. Draw result if points result equals ongoing result. Otherwise, however, here, because we were returning, now the control flow is a bit different, so I need to be careful, and this code doesn't really work. So probably I can hide it. Probably I need to reintroduce this points mechanism somehow. So result equals draw result, result ongoing result. How can I do it in the best way? Result equals detect result, and detect result will be right. So actually the returns were fine. So what we want to have is return draw result, return, and otherwise return this. And actually what I want is just this, like this. Okay, I hope this works. Unnecessary tensor. Okay. All right, so we seem to have those result classes which are kind of like polymorphic. but detecting the result. So what is the thing? So that's my next refactoring probably. I need to somehow encapsulate this mechanism. So who is detecting the results? So in terms of object-oriented patterns, I'm looking for a way of creating a factory object so that I can hide this whole thing. But I want to use domain names, so I will use the arbiter class because I think it's arbiter who is detecting the result, right? So in this example, what we are getting is, okay, someone want a point, and then the arbiter says, okay, so here is what is the result, and I'm displaying the result. So I think what we can do is we can have some kind of arbiter class, and detect result can be moved in there. Right, so all these things. Actually, this is more tricky because now I'm relying on evars, so I have to pass them explicitly. Okay, maybe RubyMine can help me in a moment. I want to move this out there. Okay, so what I want to say, I want to have tennis arbiter new detect result, and I want to pass those two things, and now I can, and then I can just call score. Okay, and detect results, so this will be 2 points. Okay, so that was actually good. Okay, and now I want to move all of those inside of there. And I'm really not sure if this is the right thing to do in here. It's just, the code is telling me that I want to undefined method score for those. So I'm actually, okay, so I don't want to have score in here. Actually, yes, I want to have score, but I don't want to have this one here. So this was actually a bigger change than I wanted, and I now in the red hell expected, but was this. So there is some problem. P1 points, P2 points. Yeah, but now we have this problem that arbiter is actually using ongoing result. So maybe I need to introduce the same kind of constructor, which is feels a little bit wrong, but maybe this will be fine. So in this case, I'm not using this here, but I'm just using the evars in there, and those evars can be used here as well. Actually, this is points 1. Okay, and points 2. Oops, I just did something wrong there. Okay, is it working now? Still red, so I really screwed up with this refactoring. Okay, but this is just 0 to refactor, so now it's actually better because the problem is only that I need to move this to the constructor. All right, so now the main algorithm is kind of hidden. So the problem with polymorphism is that you can't easily follow what is happening, but it's usually nice because you can have those responsibilities being split into the right objects, And in our case, we have this arbiter, so we don't need to know the potential results. But maybe it's a wrong design. Like maybe we should be very explicitly know about the potential types of results. Maybe not. But that's just, you know, more like exploring. So with this refactoring, I'm constantly on the green. I'm not claiming that I got a better design. It's more that I'm claiming that I have learned a bit. And I think this is an important thing about refactoring. It's not always for the sake of improving, but very often it's for the sake of learning. So I did something here. I created a factory, but it's never a good idea to call it a factory. But arbiter sounds like a good domain concept for. So usually you can find the domain concept for the factory object, and then you can say detect result. So the arbiter knows how to say whether something is draw, advantage, or win. But the nice thing is that in here we still don't bother about how to display this information exactly. So displaying is part of those objects internally. Whether this is a good idea that those objects, so maybe I should move arbiter up. So that's my last change for this part. Because this is for now, this seems like the main class in this namespace, in this module. And then we just detect result and then just call score. The next refactorings, which I might be, you know, doing in the next parts, will be that it sounds to me like there's something about players and points to be, I don't know, combined maybe into a player object. I don't know. And there are still certain things in here which I'm not sure. Maybe this is okay. Definitely this part needs some more love, so maybe I will look at it. And then there is this smell of advantage or win result. As you can see, I'm not really writing down like lots of notes about the potential problems, because I can easily remind themselves to my mind when I just look at this code, hey, there is if statement, this is wrong. And I have like a collection of techniques which I'm just iterating in my head constantly, which technique, which refactoring, which transformation can be helpful here. So that's the way I work. Again, I'm not claiming I'm improved. I'm claiming that I have learned a little bit. Maybe in the end I would revert everything and I would just start from scratch, but with much better knowledge, bigger knowledge of what is happening in this code. So thanks for watching, and maybe there will be a video number 3. Thank you.